Welcome PSY 309 students. This is my week 9 commentary in our course on the psychology of adult development and aging. This week I am taking us on a short detour, and I would ask for your patience in doing that. I felt that the Whitbourne text was missing an important perspective, actually two important perspectives, on aging and adult development across the last two stages in particular. So there's no new readings for this week. As far as Whitbourne is concerned, continue studying the chapter on social relations. That was assigned last week, and so I don't think you'll find it a difficult chapter in any case. The two topics that I think are missing, one are the political aspects of aging, and the second is the phenomenological or existential perspective on aging. And let me just say a brief word on each of those topics. I have put in this week's folders Maine's Plan on Aging, which I think is an excellent source document for those interested in the politics of aging in Maine and how the state government is responding to those. I think, frankly, it's important that Maine citizens are aware of this plan and at least have a chance to take a look at it, decide for themselves what are the valuable parts of it. I would especially bring to your attention the first citation. It's a link to a major study on the status of elders in Maine. It was done in New Hampshire by a consulting firm, the Hanover Foundation, I believe. In any case, the plan itself is a good document to spend some time at least introducing yourself to. And the study of the status of elders in Maine, I think, is another important reference point in the politics of aging. I also came to my attention in the last 2 weeks gave you a link to Amazon.com and a book called A Generation of Sociopaths, which is apparently a rather sharp criticism on the baby boomers and they're having, I should say, our having leveraged the politics and policy aspects of late adulthood in the past 20 or so years. It'll be interesting to see how this text resonates with Americans, but in any case, it's a good example of the politics of aging in the 21st century. So that's the politics piece. And if you have other aspects of the sociology of aging or the political science of aging, after all, human development is an interdisciplinary field, so I think it's right that we take this week to acknowledge that and try and harvest valuable resources from elsewhere. The second topic for the week is existential and phenomenological perspectives on aging. To that end, I want you to, if you're not already, become familiar with the notion of qualitative research and phenomenological research in particular. That's one kind of qualitative research. I've given you examples of essays from what I think is a good resource, although it's named The Philosophy of Aging, but it does include some phenomenological essays and chapters there that I find to be a good variant on the available resources for our course. So just take a quick look and offer your opinion on the discussion board. I've put 2 trigger questions on this topic on the discussion board, and I would be interested in your point of view on these two issues that really were not covered are not covered in the Whitbourne and Whitbourne text. Moving on, we are now in week 9, and I appreciate those of you who have begun to organize your peer groups for the week 13 oral presentation that's required in this course. Those of you who have not focused on that, please do so this week. It'll take some doing to find a common time and means of connecting for the minimum number of 4 peers that are needed to make up a peer group. So again, that can be done through video conferencing, it can be done face-to-face, or it can be done on UMA's phone bridge, which you support with your tuition dollars. Excuse me. So let's move forward further in organizing that, and I think we'll avoid being in a pickle when we get to week 13, which is only 4 weeks from today. Finally, we have over, I apologize for that, we have over 30 individuals now in the Google community where Czech students have an opportunity to meet UMA students and vice versa. And again, I urge you to not only access the Google community, which is fairly straightforward, but also post your introduction, which some of you are doing, and also students from TUL are doing. I might add those are both Czech students, but also students attending here that are not Czech, from Turkey and Spain, Poland, and elsewhere. Again, the goal is for you to interview each other once in support of your project. And if you're able to accomplish that, you'll be doing some good for yourself, but also demonstrating an educational opportunity that I hope will become more common at the university in the months and years ahead. So please give that at least a look, and either access the Google community, post an introduction, or actually connect with either a student or a professor here in the Czech Republic. And if you have any difficulties with any of those, I would be more than happy to spend time with you, walking you through those steps. I have had one-to-one video conferences with some of you, but again, those of you who have not yet reached out, I am absolutely enthused about doing that to help you with your project and so that you finish well in the course, or anything else I can do to help you with your program at UMA. So we have that down to a pretty doable procedure now, and all you need to do is share with me an email, and then we find the common time, date and time, and then I'll send you the invitation to meet, which provides access. Okay, this is an 8.5 minute commentary, but I think we're at a very important part of the course now. So I hope these are helpful comments. Test 3 should be on your horizon. If you've not already completed it, please complete it this week. There are, again, a total of 4 tests, Whitbourne text tests. They're available to you now, and I have finished writing the replacement test. If you miss a test, or if you do poorly on a test and want to attempt to replace it, there'll be a 5th test that appears at the end of the semester that you can take in order to improve your course grade. So more about that in the weeks to come. Have a good week. I hope your spring is about to break out in Maine. I know you've had a good deal of snow there. We've had some here, but not a lot. And I am eager for spring to arrive. So have a good week, and I'll be speaking to some of you.